Hey there, good morning. Wholeness and balance to you. Alawapa, greetings, salutations. It's a beautiful day here in the Dalles, Oregon. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. The birds are very happy. And as happy as I am, as I always am, I'm actually really sad today. Tomorrow's Mother's Day, and my daughters are 2,000 miles away from me. And, when I was doing my Akasha contemplation this morning, a lot of interesting things were coming up for me. I think I hear my cat, or the house cat, trying to come outside. I don't blame her. It's gorgeous. Where did she go? Oh, there she is. Good morning. Morning, morning. So, here's my cat. The house's cat. She belongs to everybody here. And, hi, Tuesday. Good morning. Yeah, it's good to see you, Tuesday. So, my daughters are 2,000 miles away from me, and it's hard for us to connect to each other. Bali is now 24, and Dalles is about to turn 21. And what a devastating experience life is right now for them. I can only imagine. So I was thinking about that today, contemplating where I'm at in my life, what level I'm living at, what level I'm moving through, what level I'm approaching, what are my aspirations for the day, my intention for the day. So my intention for today is to completely out myself in public without crying. So I was up this morning, like I said, doing an Akasha contemplation with the assemblage. If you don't know about the Akasha, there's definitely a book that I would recommend. I still have to get it, but it's called, I don't know what it's called. I forgot. I got to read it where I wrote it down. The Keys to Contemplation. I think it's called The Keys to a Compilation. Keys to Completion. Keys to Completion, yeah. And it's a book about the Akasha, however it's pronounced, but it's important information that every human being needs to be aware of, if not attempt to understand. I've been having a great time on secret energy, and after my meditation with the assemblage this morning, which on the West Coast was like 5:30 a.m. After I did that, I did a workout with secret energy. So if you don't know about secret energy, I'd recommend going to secretenergy.com or going to my website. I have some links on my website, not just for my music on SoundCloud and stuff, but also for these other communities, tribes that I belong to, that I'm able to belong to with the help of the internet. And it's the 9th of March, right? It's May, the day before Mother's Day, and here we are in this pandemic. Hashtag Me Too. So here we are in this like curious day and age. Here we are living history that our great, great, great grandchildren will read about. I heard on the news today that there's a woman that survived the Spanish flu who's in a nursing home, or she's going back to her family now out of the nursing home. Something good is happening for her, but she survived. She survived the pandemic in 1912. So many things happen those years. I get all of the significant things kind of commingled with the dates on the calendar. But I think that you are savvy enough as my viewer to know what I'm talking about. And the point of what I'm talking about today is that I sometimes would think of myself as raggedy and not really together, or together in such a uniquely different way that I didn't even know what to call it. So I just call it Robbie Hall, Robbie Hall's World. I have stopped using these days my married name for no particular reason, except I feel a little nostalgic about being a Hall, a daughter, a Choctaw daughter of my father, Prentice William Hall, that we called William. My mom called him William, or Dad, or Bill. And he had no nicknames for my mother. He always called her Mildred. And they were so in love the moment that they met that they were able to calculate three children. My oldest sister, Cynthia, who was an amazing vocalist, almost as amazing of a music teacher. But I think her vocal skills just blew everything else about my sister Cynthia out of the water. But she was an amazing teacher, and she taught in her home school district for 38 years. She committed her life so clearly to work in her school district, which I never even knew was a Title I school district, but that's where I was born into, the third child. The second child is my brother. The first child has passed away. My sister Cynthia is no longer with me here on the earth, but she is in the astral planes connected to me if I pay attention. So that's what I'm working on. My second sibling is my brother, Prentice William Hall. So my father was William Prentice Hall Kumalo. We called him William, and my brother is Prentice William Hall Kumalo. I call him Prentice, but kind of like my daughters, he is 2,000 miles away from me. And with that amount of kilometers comes a lot of hurt feelings, tears, anger. And as I learned today, hell. There was a great monk, Buddhist monk, up in the temple, praying, chanting, singing, when a samurai warrior just bust into the temple, went up to the monk, and he says, I demand you tell me, what is heaven, what is hell? And the monk looked at him and said, oh man, look at you. You coming in here all rough and gruff and angry, busting down a door, yelling at me with your sword flailing around, slammed on the ground, stuck in the ground, with all that anger all balled up. I ain't gonna tell you jack. I ain't gonna tell you nothing. Look at you. You piece of... And that samurai picked up his sword And with all of his power and his might, he went running toward the monk with the sword ready to slash him with one swipe in half. And the monk looked at him and said, "This is hell." Now, the samurai was a little miffed at the fact that the monk had no respect for him as a samurai. And, the monk had no respect for the samurai because he had no respect for the samurai. And the samurai was like really miffed in this moment. So he just tried to process it so quickly in his humble human little teeny brain. Human beings, we have small brains. Considering our body is so big, our brain is so small. And that samurai, with that big body, came running to kill that monk because he didn't answer his question. So he's going to slice him in half. And the monk looked at him, put up his hand and looked at him and said, "This is hell." So I got my day started with that little story in my contemplation. Contemplation is another word for meditation or silenciation, relaxation, pensation, quantification. So when the monk processed it, what do you think he did? He broke down in tears and he cried. He just left his sword stuck in the thing. And the monk looked at him and said, touched him on the head, said, "This is heaven." So I'm asking myself that question with my daughters 2,000 miles away from me. That feels like hell. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. It's a great, joyous day to celebrate motherhood, femininity, the real power on the planet, women, mothers. It's an exciting day. Somebody's going to cook dinner for us tomorrow. Me and my friend that I live with, I room with, Ronnie. It's Mother's Day. We're both mothers. Her son and her daughter-in-law have kind of moved in until they can find a house to buy. They're living with us. And it's heaven, heaven and hell. So my posting today is about just coming clean with myself so that I can stop torturing myself, living between heaven and hell. It's not needed to do that. If I know who I am, I can just be quicker about what I'm doing here on the planet. My sister's not with us anymore because she completed her purpose. She retired. She retired wonderfully. She married her third husband, who loved her so much, bought her beautiful jewelry all the time, beautiful gold jewelry. He gifted her with the keys to the kingdom. And she didn't need anything to get through that eye of the needle. My sisters, we are eyes of the pupil, my family. Our brownness. And I'm a storyteller and a musician. I make a lot of videos. I'm going to start a podcast. And haven't quite decided what I'm going to name it, but I'm going to do all of these things. I am doing all of these things in anticipation of the 20th of May. So if you haven't gotten Bitcoin yet, I have a link posted on my account of where I get my Bitcoin from. And it's real easy to do. And then you can have some Bitcoin that makes money while you're sleeping. So, my website is Robbie Hall's World. My website is also RobbieKumalo.com because I've been married for like 27, going on 28 years this year. And we're strained too because my husband is also 2,000 miles away from me with our daughters, keeping them safe while I've been in hell. And I can't wait to tell them how I have been achieving heaven on earth with joyfulness and music and storytelling and talking to this little dark mirror. So yeah, I'm going to just, I am in the process of learning how to cut all the bullshit out of me because I got a lot of bullshit in me. I philander and I, use my time and I meet amazing people because I'm really friendly, too friendly, that I'll talk to anybody, And if you're sad or something looks like it's a problem, I'm going to cheer you up and I'm going to help you in that moment if I can help you. But I am just going to continue to post and make these videos like this is today. I need you to subscribe to this channel. I would like to ask you to tell your friends about this channel. And that's the hummingbird feeder that I wanted to get in the shot too. Because sometimes they come buzzing up and they're so beautiful to hear. But yeah, this is Robbie Hall's World. And this particular channel is called Multiple Superbness. Because while all of this is going on that I'm talking about, my multiple sclerosis is freaking flaring up and doing something. I look really calm on the outside because I'm trying to stay as zen as I can. As zen as I can. Because this world will just agitate everybody's nerves. So, MS, we don't need any nerve agitation. We just need some exaltation of God. Heaven, I wish you and your kin well. I hope that you're all safe and protected. I hope that you have a good relationship with God. If you want to read some of the newest chapters and books and writings of God, check out the Baha'i Faith. Baha'i.org. BAHAI.org. Find your peace, wholeness, and balance, my family, my tribe, I love you.